The Chris Watts story. On the outside they looked perfect. Chris and Shannon Watts, a loving couple from Frederick, Colorado. High school sweethearts turned parents of two beautiful girls, Bella and Celeste. Their social media was full of smiles, road trips, and #family goals. But beneath those perfect pictures, something was slowly cracking. A hidden tension. A lie waiting to surface. Shannon was the heart of the family, confident, outgoing, always sharing their lives online. Chris, quiet and reserved, seemed her calm balance. But when Shannon became pregnant again in 2018, something changed. Chris began to pull away, emotionally distant, cold, distracted. Unbeknownst to Shannon, he had started an affair with a co-worker, Nicole Kessinger. To her, he claimed his marriage was ending. In reality, his double life was only beginning. On August 12th, Shannon returned from a business trip. She texted friends that Chris was acting strange, but no one imagined what would come next. By morning, she and the girls were gone. Chris told friends and police that his family had simply vanished. He cried on camera, pleading for their safe return. His words were soft, his face expressionless. Something didn't fit. The scene inside the Watts home was unsettlingly tidy. No signs of struggle, no forced entry, only silence. Investigators noticed something off about Chris's composure. His movements seemed rehearsed. His tone, mechanical. When they asked him to take a polygraph test, he agreed, and failed. That's when the mask shattered. In the interrogation room, Chris broke down and confessed. He said he had strangled Shannon after an argument. Then, he smothered his daughters, Bella, just 4 years old, and Celeste, only 3. He loaded their bodies into his truck and drove them to an oil field, a site owned by his employer. There, he buried Shannon in a shallow grave and hid his daughters in oil tanks. The nation was horrified. How could a man who seemed so normal, a father adored by his community, commit something so unthinkable? Psychologists would later describe Chris Watts as a textbook example of covert narcissism, a man desperate to maintain a flawless image, even at the cost of his family's lives. His affair became an escape fantasy, and when that fantasy clashed with reality, his fragile ego couldn't bear the pressure. His wasn't a crime of passion. It was a crime of control. Chris pleaded guilty to 5 counts of murder. He was sentenced to 5 life terms without parole. In prison, he claimed he found God and wrote letters to investigators. Letters that revealed how calculated his actions were. He had planned the killings days in advance. For Shannon's family, there was no justice that could undo the pain. Her father, Frank Razusek, later said, "We trusted him. We loved him like a son. And he betrayed us in the worst way possible." The Watts case isn't just a story of murder. It's a story about how darkness hides behind perfection. About how social media can mask dysfunction, and how charm, control, and secrecy can spiral into tragedy. Psychologists call it the illusion of the perfect life, a lie so convincing, even the person living it starts to believe it. Chris Watts wanted freedom. What he created instead was an eternal prison, one built from lies, guilt, and loss. Because no matter how perfect the picture looks, truth always bleeds through. If you want more deep dives into the psychology behind true crime, subscribe, like, and share this video. And remember, sometimes the people who seem most perfect are the ones hiding the darkest secrets.